Anachronistic update time. Now, the videos that you've seen on the channel, they're all on a few months delay. This one's bang up to date, and that's why it's quite short as well. It takes time to edit the videos down and sort of tell a story in a video. I do try and get everything sort of condensed into one story when I do a video. So sometimes that means a video can take several months to put together because of that. This time I just want to be bang up to date with where I am with the Princess. I'm considering taking it off the road for a little bit to deal with some problems. I've had a couple of issues today with it, which by themselves aren't that serious, but they kind of highlight that I've got problems coming with this car. I finally got all the materials together to get the paintwork done. Hooray. And I was hoping that was my one big job this year. I would like to get the suspension done, but honestly, I can't afford it. It's, you know, getting on for £700 to get the suspension done, and I just don't have the money spare. Other things are taking it. I would like to get the engine pulled and rebuilt. The quotes I've been getting for that are in the region of £1,000 to £2,000 for a full rebuild, all machining, parts, etc. as needed. Again, I don't have the funds. The engine problem that I did have, that you'll probably learn in a future video. I'm not sure where we are on the time scale at the moment with things. Anyway, engine problems that have appeared and been resolved, I don't really understand what they were. They're not there now. This is what this car's always done to me. For the 10 years I've owned it, it did it to the previous owner. And the engine really does need pulling out of this car and going through. There's something amiss, but we've never pinned down what it is. It's never been enough to stop you using it. So, who knows? Oil consumption is back down to something like normal again, which is great. It's not using any coolant, which is fantastic. The head gasket seems fine, which is really good. However, the bodywork's suffering. And the bodywork is suffering because it's a 70s British car. So, of course, the bodywork is suffering. And I insist on using it all year round. It's not terrible. I'm at a point where I can address the issues that are there fairly easily. It's a few couple of inch square patches. The bigger problem is one outer sill, which I haven't replaced, needs replacing now. I've done the other side, that's fine. The side I haven't done needs doing. The sills on this car, it's had outer sills once before in its life, before I got it, at least. All the door bottoms need a bit of attention, again. But again, nowhere near as bad as they were before. And all the wheel arches need attention. Again, nowhere near as bad as last time, but it's been a few winters since that was done, and the paint's never really been finished. So, yeah, it needs sorting. This is the problem I'm having with running this car as an everyday car. This is the realism of running an older car. For those who might not realise, this is my everyday car. I drive around most days in a bright pink Austin Princess. And that's probably a bit stupid. And I'll be the first to admit it. But this car brings me a huge amount of joy. And I own it. There's no finance outstanding on this or anything like that. I own this car. It is mine. And I can drive it. And I don't want something newer. The Maestro is kind of as new as I want to go. It's what I'm comfortable with. The Princess meets every need that I have. Except for the need to have a car that doesn't want welding every year. I am bored of welding. I am going to have to be somewhat realistic with expectations, what I can do with my means. I mean, for example, I have to work outdoors, and I have to fit this around my regular work. I had hoped the YouTube thing would have done a bit better than it has, but it hasn't. So it needs to take a bit more of a back seat than it has been. So at some point, I need to go through the car, and I need to go through and fix all the things I'm aware of. But to do that, I need the Maestro running. So I'm playing a bit of a balancing game at the moment where I'm using the Princess because it's my only road legal car at the moment, while I get everything together to finish the Maestro off. Once the Maestro's road legal again, yeah, spoiler alerts, I can then take the Princess off the road and I can actually work through its problems. The Lanchester is getting closer and closer to being roadworthy, but given the nature of what that car is, there's a lot of testing ahead of us. We've got to get used to driving the car, using the car, and we've got to find out if it's reliable. There may be a period where the Lanchester becomes my main car, purely and simply because that's likely to be the most practical way to test it. It's going to have to be used on the road at some point to iron out the bugs, so given the fact I pretty much never go on the motorway these days, the Lanchester's probably ideal for what I need to do. I do want to say thank you to everybody that has supported the channel. I know it's only little, and I know I'm not the most exciting person out there, but having people just liking the videos, leaving the occasional comment, and letting me know what's going on other platforms that I use as well, I do appreciate that. It helps me to keep going. A lot of the time when I'm working on the cars, it's quite lonely. I know that sounds a bit melodramatic, but a lot of the time I'm working on my own. I'm like I am now, I'm talking to a camera and having to pretend that I'm talking to the couple of hundred people that follow the channel and watch the videos. That's a bit weird. Psychologically, it's a bit weird because it's very much a one-way relationship. I'm talking to you and giving you this information and inviting you into my garage, sort of, but it's not a direct thing. And of course, I work from home. I don't have that thing where you go into the workplace and talk to people. It's a very isolated lifestyle, and that, for the most part, that suits me. I'm not the biggest fan of crowds of people and that sort of thing. I'm recording this in May 2022. We finally started to have some rain. The videos that you're watching, the car videos, they are from between 4 and 6 months ago, I think, at the moment. So there's a bit of catch-up. There'll be a bit of confusion on that. It's why the presenting style as well has changed slightly. I've got a bit more confident as time's gone on. I understand how to edit things a bit better and that sort of business. So yeah, thank you for not being too unpleasant about the heaps I choose to persist with, and for watching the channel and obviously subscribing and all that good stuff. There'll be a normal video coming out on Tuesday. It's going to be a Maestro one. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep plodding. I'm resisting the urge just at the moment to buy another car, because that won't fix any problems. We're going to fix the ones we've got. I appreciate the support that's being sent my way. I know I have too many cars and I should do things within my means and I need a garage and Not everybody does. So until I can afford to get a nice driveway and a nice garage, I will continue to do things the way I'm doing, and I shall continue to enjoy my hobby and to occasionally whinge about it when it's not much fun. Because that's all part of it. You have to take the rough with the smooth. Bye for now, and I shall see you in the next one.